welcome to Scale Car Garage. Well, we've had a bit of an event here at the garage, and as you can see, I'm in work overalls because the event, well, was not exactly positive. And by the way, yes, these are vintage Team Golf Mechanics overalls. That's a story for another day. But I put these on when I have some serious work to do, and unfortunately, we have some serious work to do here at Scale Car Garage. So yes, we have had an event here at Scale Car Garage, and unfortunately not a pleasant one. As a lot of you have noticed, our track, Kit Spa, which is 55 feet in length and is an homage to the Spa circuit in Belgium. I'll put a link below for the track tour. Actually, it houses not only some wonderful scenery and some, well, soon to be done scenery, it also houses our water heater, and our water heater decided to, well, spring a leak. Now, here's the good news. Very tiny, very slight, just enough to let you know that it's about to go. No real damage done, but of course, our track is blocking the access to the water heater. And what I wanted to show you folks is, I thought this day would come. Now, the water heater was put in 2003. That was a wee while ago. So we had enough sense to at least know that we would at one point have to disassemble the track in whole or in part to get to the water heater and put a new one in. And that's exactly what we're doing. And what I want to show you folks is, if you do choose to have a sectional track, and if your space is in a utility area, as ours is, it's okay. I knew there were 2 points where I had to, sorry, 3 points that I had to disassemble the track, take it apart, and let the technicians do their thing. And that's what they're doing. And we're going to be able to get a new water heater. Everything's going to be fine. People were in today to assess the condition of our water heater to say, hey, yeah, guess what, you're right, it's leaking. It's always nice to have affirmation. But what I wanted to show you was exactly why we composed our track the way we did, and even with scenery. If you have your scenery in components, you can remove those components, disassemble the track partially, and get to whatever utility you have to get at. And that's what we've done. And so anyway, let me take you through what we've done to get to our leaking water tank, and everything will be put back as it was. But I just want to show you folks that, you know, use the space that's available to its maximum effect. Understand that you may have to access some areas at some point in time, and there's some areas that you won't have to access, like there's a wall that we don't have to access, and everything's fine. Everything's fine. There's no damage. There's no real loss of anything. You know, again, you know, the lack of willful blindness goes a long way. So I'm blithering. So let me show you, you know, sort of where the track, what it looked like, and how we've sort of assessed what we had to do to fix our mechanical issue here at Scale Car Garage. So as you can see, we've disassembled part of the track. The first step, of course, was to remove the scenery, and honestly, you know, the scenery was kind of more placeholder scenery at this point. But even if I had completed those pieces of scenery, they would be built as components, standalone, almost dioramas that can be lifted off this wonderful layout and then sort of moved and then put back without any issue. And as you can see, there are really 1, 2, 3, 4 points of removal. And the reason that I had 4 points, sorry, I said 3 before, and I apologize for that. You know, marketers can't count. Was because there are jumper cables, and thank goodness I labeled the jumper cables. And again, a little bit of work goes a long way, and I have to be honest with you, I'm surprised that I had that much foresight, but it really does pay dividends. So I know which lane the wires go into, and then which rails the jumper cables go into on the hump. So it's putting it back together, no problem. And because this is Carrera, it has the snaps underneath. It'll snap together perfectly. As you can see, this is the base table, which is really quite sturdy, and supports everything. There's the power unit, which is actually has again a piece of track, which is, I guess I really wired it as a power track. It's not the Carrera power track, but I created my own. It's great. The good news is the far wall of the garage has no issues whatsoever. There's no mechanical things there, which is why that wonderful piece of scenery that Frank Peter made for me is not in danger. The things I'll make for this area, I mean, again, they're not in danger. They're just may have to be moved. Now, here's the good news. You know, that water tank was put in 2003, as I said, so we're going to put one in. Now, 2003, you know, that's almost 20 years. That's 18 years. That's pretty good. So I figure once this is done, I got another 18 years of enjoyment, you know, with all good graces. And I won't have to worry about a thing. So anyway, I just thought I'd let you know what was going on. So it's kind of delayed the other projects that we've got going on here at the garage. I've got the 935 project. There's another project that I want to chat to you folks about. And there's the 2G project for the Worldwide Stock Car Chat. So they're on a bit of a hiatus until this issue is resolved. The track is put back together, and operations will resume to normal. But I honestly debated whether I should actually post something like this, because you don't need to know about my problems, but I just want to show that if something like this happens to you, it's okay. You're going to be fine. A little bit of pre-planning, especially if you're planning to build a track, a little bit of pre-planning, thinking about, well, what if I ever have to get to this area? What would I do? Even if it's a routed track, you know, something as simple as putting your routed track on casters so you can roll it out of the way. You know, it can really make a huge difference and not disrupt your hobby a great deal. And honestly, this isn't a big disruption. So I hope you don't mind me showing you this. Just want to let you know that, hey, you know, excrement happens, and it's okay. Adversity doesn't build character, it reveals it. Don't get upset. Just do your best. Correct it. Don't ignore it, whatever issue may come at you. You know, meeting it head on is usually the best solution, and I'm blithering on, but I just want to say thank you to everyone who has subscribed, who makes a comment, and who has been so supportive of this channel and of what I'm doing here at Scale Car Garage. And sorry, I'm blithering again, and I say blithering a lot. Thank you so much for joining me here. And we'll be up to normal soon at Scale Car Garage.
I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, please leave a comment, like, and subscribe.